a trip for nothing.
So what are you doing then, Neil?
You found methanol in the oil.
You found methanol or put it?
I'm checking it now, it's methanol in the oil.
Just you.
So what are you up to?
Sorting out my ECU. I had a problem starting, but it's running now, so now go and have practice, hopefully.
First thing I'll do is to take you through Ronnie's here. I'll introduce you to Chris Tyrrell. He's the man behind this Cornwall Premier Motorcycle Club. You mixed up on these Grasstrack. So he's the chief man really, not me, but we'll make the decisions on the track. Okay, I'll take you through the start procedure. Come out the gate, to the start area. Solos, we'll do a little bit of cut grass there, so we'll cut through that cut grass. We don't need going all the way around. There's a lot of races today. We're going to get you on the way home as soon as possible. As you approach the start tapes, there's a green light. We'll switch it on in a minute. There'll be a green light, and that green light will be flashing on and off. The idea of that is so you know where it is, and it also keeps the thing warm as well, because if it gets cold, when I switch the green light on, it don't come on straight away. So it's two purposes. When you're settled, that green will stay on. Once that green is on, permanently on, you understand his orders, the tapes will go at any time. all got that, so flashing when you come up and get close to it. When it stays on, then obviously as far as I'm concerned, you're settled. If you're not settled, you need to settle pretty quickly, and then the tapes will go up at any time. I want your front wheels to be between 3 and 6 inches from the tape. We don't want you out there rolling in, because if you're going to roll in, I'm going to wait till you're stopped, it'll punch you up. If you're too close, you rev a bit and he goes forward, you touch the tapes, I ain't going to let them tapes go, so you're going to have to pull back. Guess what's going to happen when you're pulling back? No, I'm going to let them go.
Coming around now, number 27, Gerald Short, a name that will be familiar to many of you. Telling me earlier he's looking forward to today, but nowadays he gets pushed by the youngsters, but he thought that was a good thing rather than a bad one. Felt that he had a very good chance today, he was feeling confident this morning. And coming round now under the start and finish line, number 111, Carl Arthur, much newer to the sport, it's his second meeting. Started at the CSGTC meeting on Easter Sunday, said he really enjoyed himself, but he's decided he's just going to take it easy, learn what others are doing, not push himself, and hopefully pick up tips as he goes around today. So we've got 3 of our sidecar crews out here today. Some of them did practice already, although they had some bike trouble, so they've come out to try again. Number 8 is back at the moment, was unable to get out. His passenger had been held up in traffic. That's on Starner. So they're coming out for the first time now. Right, so we're about to start race 1, the first of the quad races. Just had some sad news that number 33, Brandon Christian, is out. It's his front sprocket that's causing the trouble. We already knew that 97, Nigel Hodge, was out, so it leaves us with just 2 runners for this first race, number 12, Paul Skelton, and number 98, Jack Hodge. So they're just getting themselves straightened up on the line here. And they're away. So, going into the first bend, it's 98 Jack Hodge. consolidating his position in first there. Number 12, Paul Skelton, staying close behind. But he's not able to close that gap from 98, Jack Hodge, and having said that, he had a little bit of a wiggle down here just before he took the last lap flag. 1 lap to go. And can Jack Hodge take this corner smoothly this time, leaving no space for Paul Skelton? And it looks like he can. So, if you've got your programmes ready, here are the first results of the day. That race was in a time of 1 minute 26 seconds .85. And first place went to 98, second number 12. So, we're already moving on to our second quads race. And this time we've got 4 riders. So we should be seeing 217 Steve Hone, who's just at the moment getting his quad into the right place. 259, who's already on the line, Andy Hoskin. 805, just coming in at the back here, Wayne Uddy. And 864, Steve Uddy. And they're away. And it looks like 259, Andy Hoskin gone into the lead, but there's a rear battle going on for second. And as they come round on their first lap, we've got 3 neck and neck really on the front as they come through. 259 from 217, Steve Hone. And to be fair, Steve at the back is not being dropped either. And it's very close as they cross the line down here. Still 259, but he's run a little wide. And 217, Steve Hone trying to get through on the inside. But Andy Hoskin's closed the gap. The last lap flag's being made ready. And this time, Andy Hoskin has kept it in tight, but again, Steve Hone is trying to get through on that inside line. He's got 1 lap to try and get through. So this could be quite a tight, close finish here. They're coming round. And it is 217, Steve Hone from 259, Andy Hoskin. Right, the time for that race was 1 minute 26 seconds .6. So super racing there, lovely close finish. If you want to keep your programme up to date, that was first 217, second 259, third 864, and fourth 805. So now we're moving on to the 250s. And you can see they're coming up to the line. We've got number 10 who just practiced a moment ago, Frank Yates. But it looks like going into the lead on the first bend is number 11, Neil Coaster. and certainly second is being battled for very hard there. So it's still number 11 in the lead. Behind him is 82, Giles Dismore, and then number 28, Julian Collins. And that's where the real battle's going on for second place at the moment. So number 11, Neil Coates, looking fairly confident in the front there. Behind him, and now we've got 28, Julian Collins, beginning to get away a little from number 82, Giles Dismore. Then we have number 10, Frank Yates, who had quite troubles this morning, and bringing up the rear at the moment is 69. Last lap flag is going out. It's still number 11, Neil Coates, but he's coming under some pressure now from 28, Julian Collins. And there's a bit of a battle going on at the back as well. Frank Yates just ahead of 69, Chris White. And there's a bit of a tussle going on for first. We could have another second flag is being ready. And that was incredibly close on the line there. 28 and 11. Julian Collins, Neil Copestake will have to wait to see what the lap scorers make of that one, but a very, very competitive race. Right, so the time for that race was 1 minute 32.51, and the results are first 28, second 11, third 82, fourth 10, and fifth 69. Lovely bit of close racing. And just one bit of information before we start this one. The quads, as we've had a couple of non-starters, are going to be merged into a single race. So from now on we'll be getting 6 to go. But we're back with the 250s. And it looks like number 6 has gone into the lead. Phil Ranson, he's extra to our programme, and Roche has gone back to second. And our new leader is 312 Ian Dudley, although 6 is still very close behind him. At the back of him is going on first there, between 201 and 89. That's Jeff Urban and Luke Tuck. They're coming back around. It's still 312 Ian Dudley, but number 6 Phil Ranson is not giving up. And with just over a lap to go, it's still 312 Ian Dudley. But on that inside line right behind him is number 6 Phil Ranson. Then 89 Luke Tuck. So can Phil Ranson do anything about it on this last bend? The second flag is being made ready. Closer than he was on the last lap. He's got that inside line. And another very tight finish, but I think it was 312 Ian Dudley from 6 Phil Ranson. We'll make sure the lap scorers agree with that. And there at the back, 111, just taking it easy, just learning the ropes. So we can give you the time for that one. It was quicker than the previous 250 at 1 minute 31 seconds 48. And the result of that one, if you have your programmes ready, first 312. Second, 6. Third, 89. Fourth, 241. And fifth, 111. So 111, he was riding at the CSGTC but had bike trouble. It's only his second meeting. And he said he's just going to learn the ropes today, but doing very, very well there, not being disgraced at all. So we're moving on to the 350s now. So we've got 5 riders here now. Chris Malone isn't riding the 350 today. He is in the other classes, but not this one. So we think that that's all we're having, although they seem to be waiting for someone else. No, it looks like we're just waiting to clear the track a little, I think. So they're coming under starters' orders. And it's very close as they go into that first bend. All 5 riders back into that first position. But the people who have come out on top, this time it's number 64 followed by 68. So with a 70 out there, he obviously did very well at the meeting. And we've got one pulled out, number 19, Dave Mears. So Chris Malone still leading. From 68, Chris Mackett. From 27, Gerald Short. And number 11, Neil Coatsday. So we've got 2 battles going on here, really. We've got the battle for first and the battle for third. But it is still Chris Malone in front, looking reasonably comfortable there. And it's going to be another tight finish, but not quite as tight as before. That race goes to 64, Chris Malone. We will get you the time and the results in just a moment. And number 19, Dave Mears, is pushing back. Right, so the time for that race was 1 minute, 22 seconds, 0.74. And the results, if you're ready: first, 64. Second, 68. Third, 27. And fourth, 11. Interestingly, number 11, Neil Copestake, was telling me before the meeting today that he's really not keen on boarded tracks. He said when he was younger he had quite a bad speedway accident, and that feeling of having a board around the outside he's still not desperately happy with, but doing fine out there so far. So we're on to our second 350 now. And it looks like at the moment we have just 4 riders out there. Number 184, Steve Pearce, is a non-starter today. And as they're away, it looks like 26 pushing to go down the outside. Little battle going on, thinking he's going to come out on top from the start. But 26, Luke Harris, has definitely got the position there at the front now. So, in second place there is 886, Phil Rowlands. Back in third is 242, Darby. And putting up the rear is Dowling. So, 26 taking the last lap flag, although right behind him is Phil Rowlands, not giving up, trying to get a little bit of traction on the outside that time. And there's 1 corner to go. The checkered flag is going out. It's still 26, Luke Harris. And it looks like he's going to hold that position from 886, Phil Rowlands. And then coming in for third, we have 2 2-4-2 Steve Darville from 2-8-0 Steve Dowling. Well, I'll give you the time for that first of all. It was 1 minute 23.95, and in fact the results are not what you might have expected, because 26 Luke Harris was in the wrong race. He should have been in race 5, which was what threw us a little at the beginning. Therefore, he has been excluded for being in the wrong race. So the results are: first 886, second 242, and third 280. And now we're going on to the 500s. If you're new to the sport, the way you can tell the difference between the size of the engine is the colour of the background of their numbers. So you'll see that these ones, the 500s, their numbers are all on yellow backgrounds. So these are the 500s. And it looks like we've just got 4 out here. They're all away smoothly, and it looked for a moment like number 8. And leading as they come round is 22 Richard Andrews, from 8 Graham Brown, from 19 Dave Mears, and after that then number 19 Got 22 Richard Andrews steaming away with this race, making it look easy out there at the front. Going out already for 22, Richard Andrews, and then we have number 8, Graham Brown, number 19, Dave Mears, and 7, Nigel Coates. And just cruising in now to take the second flag is number 22. Interestingly, talking to him this morning, last time he was here he came second, and he seemed pretty determined that wasn't going to happen again today, that he was going for first, and so far so good for him. So that was the quickest time of the day so far, at 1 minute 15 seconds .07. And the results, if you're ready: first 22, second 8, third 19, and fourth 7. Race being made ready. Out here we've got 64, Chris Malone. You've seen him already once today. He won his 350 race just 3 races ago. We've got 66, Stephen Green. Oh, just doing a little bit of last minute zipping up of leathers here. And they're away. And right round the outside is number 16, Bob Dolman. I think Stephen Green, and 64, Chris Malone. So they come round for the first time. And there is a real fight there going on for first place. So 16, Bob Dolman, leading, but under pressure from 66, Stephen Green. Coming round in third now, 64, Chris Malone, followed by 69, Sebastian second, and 67, Nick Norton. And it's still 16. So we think maybe this race is doing an extra lap, but it's still 16 from 66. So you're going to get an extra lap for your money this time. And it looks like they might actually be catching up some of the back markers as they come round. Then we have 64, Chris Malone, from 69, Sebastian Steffen. Checkered flag being made ready. That goes to 16, Bob Dolman. From 66, Stephen Green. And we think 67 was back a lap. And then we have 64 from 69, that's Chris Malone from Sebastian Steffen. And 67 has come round again, but he didn't need to because he'd already taken the checkered flag. Okay, so we do have the time for that race, but obviously it was over 5 laps, not 4, so it will be a little bit extra, but the time was 1 minute 35.27, and the result was first number 16, second 66, third 64, fourth 69, and fifth 67. And now we have our third and final for this round 500s. So just not coming up to the line yet is number 120. Who is Dave Hammond, who is the current pre-75 500 champion. And he says he really likes this lap. And he must like this track because he's up there in second, fighting his way through. But at the moment, there's not a lot going through the first 3 lines there. So as they come round for the first time, we have 282 Mike Dowling from 120 Dave Hammond. And we've got someone pulled in down here. So it is still 282 from 120. In third place, 171 Colin Harris. Then 89 Luke Tuck, 152 Chris Robinson. And the last lap flag has gone out for 282 Mike Dowling from 120 Dave Hammond, but he's under some pressure now from the third place man, and it looks like the rider in the middle, obviously with some sort of bike trouble, is 312 Ian Dudley. Checkered flag goes out, comfortable win for 282 Mike Dowling, from 120 Dave Hammond, 171 Colin Harris. And then another little battle going on further back. 89 Luke Tuck, 152 Chris Bovingdon, and bringing up the rear. And bringing up the rear, 72 Phil Snook. Right, so the time for that one was 1 minute 21 seconds .59, and the result was first 282, second 120, third 171, fourth 89, fifth 152, and sixth 72. So, first race from the sidecars today. These are our old and new class. Number 169, B. Hatch and L. Wharton, they are non-starters. Their driver was just recently doing some work on a Harley and managed to burn his hand on the battery, so that's why he's not racing today. And it's quite a very tight first corner, but it looks like the bike with the nose in front at the moment is 69 metres and bushel. And they are backwards all the way around, and it looks like they're not actually Courtney and Torres. As they cross the line for the first time, there is nothing between them. Having said that, 72 just put their hand up. It looks like they've got bike trouble and have had to slow. Even 69 looks quite comfortable at the front. 96 Boomeranga Brothers. Or whatever's making 72 suffer, they're still staying in there in third place. In fourth, we've got father and son team, the Wheelers. Picking up the rear at the moment is 81, Nelson and Wharton. So there's just one lap to go. 69, Newton and Bushell looking reasonably comfortable at the front. See that the Wheelers have got their sidecar running, but it's been in fact they were struggling a little. But it looks like the first race today will go to 69 Newton and Bushell, followed by 96 the Boomerolas, 72 Courtney and Torres, number 8 the Wheelers, and just cruising round now. At the back, number 81, Nelson and Wharton. Right, so the time for our first sidecar race was 1 minute, 28 seconds, .12. And the result was first 69, second 96, third 72, fourth number 8, and fifth 81. So we are hoping that we should be getting all the outfits out that are in your programme. I can see 6, so it's looking hopeful. We've got number 13 out here, Sturtridge and Truscott, at the CSGTC meeting. They started riding with Sturtridge's partner Sonia. She didn't do the whole meeting, largely because they're a family and they didn't feel they could risk both parents. And you have to remember, these people are going out here to race hard. So, we have the chairs under starters' orders. And clearly, if they go through that first... But coming round the first time is number 15, Boomerola. And Williams, followed by number 12, Owen and Farwell. There's a battle going on for third place as well. And the battle really is tight there between 16 Heel and Broomfield and 13 Sturtridge and Truscott. And it looks awfully like Sturtridge. So, with 1 lap to go. 16 Heel and Broomfield are pushing for second, but behind them, Sturtridge and Truscott are close. That second place is going to be the big comfortable window, Boomerola and Williams. And as they come round, it's close, but it's 16 from 12, from 13, 18 and 76. Okay, so time for that race. About 10 seconds faster than the previous one. It was 1 minute, 18 seconds, .56. And the result is first 15, second 16, third 12, fourth 13, fifth 18, and sixth 76. So we're coming out for race 12 now. If you're looking at your programme, please remember that 6, 8, 9, Huddy and Barry, they are non-starters today, so we won't be seeing them, but we will be seeing in their place number 333, that's Steve Palmer and Martin Gribble. So we have all 5 sidecars coming to the line. Getting a little bit over eager here. Tapes haven't actually been broken, but 731 just struggling a little. They managed to cut the engine there. Don't forget, these are relatively new team. The driver has only had 4 meetings, the passenger 2. They did do the 500 in the past, or the driver did, but I said to them about taking their time and learning today, and they said no, they can't do it slowly. That's the only way they know is full speed. So we have 731, Nick Diamond and A. Moorish back up to the line. Oh! And the tension is building here. They managed to break the tapes, and of course the other riders see it go, and there you go. So we're lining up for a second go at this one, and you will see that, oh dear. Well, 731 I was going to say was right at the back. And 333 is going to be excluded from this one for going through the tapes. He did it then and he did it in the previous one, so he's going to be excluded. So 333 will be excluded from the restart, and 731 is going to have to start 30 yards back. So we've still got 731, Diamond and Moorish starting 30 yards back. We have no 333, and this time they're away smoothly. Although 731 has had a little bit of a slow start, they're away now, but the other 3 outfits are absolutely neck and neck over there. Robson and Evers. Remember that Evers, that's his first time passengering from 666. Canary and Dundee are very new to sidecars, and that's from 187 now is back to 3rd, and 731 doing absolutely everything to catch back up after their slow and tremendous. But looking quite in the front now is 78 Hicks and Simmons, from 666 Tugnary and Dugdale, 187 Robson and Evers, from 761 Diamond and Morris. And it is people coming in. So, checkered flag goes out. There's going to be an absolute battle for that last place. And I would say that 731 against all the odds has managed to come up and take 3rd, but we will wait for confirmation from the lap scorers. Right, so that was a slower race than the previous right-hand sidecar at 1 minute, 22 seconds, 0.68. And the results were: first, 78. Second, 666. Third, 731. And fourth, 187. So they're under starters' orders, and it's a nice clean start. On that inside line is 98, Jack Hodge, but going right round the outside if he can. Their first half lap, it is still neck and neck for that first position, and 8:05 Wayne Udy is right behind them. So as they cross the line, there is absolutely nothing between Jack Hodge and Steve Hone, and keeping close behind them, there's a straight line in the area with 8:05 Wayne Udy. So at last, 2:17, Steve Hone has managed to get his nose in front, but he's not getting very far away from 98 close behind him. So the last lap flag goes out, and it's still 2:17 Steve Hone from 98 Jack Hodge, and very close behind 8:05 Wayne. And it looks like that's the way it's going to end. Checkered flag goes out for 2:17 Steve Hone, 98 Jack Hodge, and 8:05 Wayne Udy. Right, so that race in a time of 1 minute 22 seconds and 18. The result is as follows: first 2:17, second 98, and third 8:05. And so we should be seeing, and it looks like we are, 3 more quads for the second of these races. We should have 8:64 Steve Udy, who's just pulled up to the line, and we have already got 2:59 Andy Hoskin, and number 12 Paul Skelton is just coming up. So they're under starters' orders. And a nice clean start. Into the lead from that inside line is 8:64 Steve Udy. Whether or not he can hold it as they come round, he's still got that inside line, but it looks like he is under a great deal of pressure from both the other riders. It's 8:64 from 2:59 Andy Hoskin and 12 Paul Skelton. Battle for all 3 races really out there. And it looks like Paul Skelton is really putting pressure to come up to second now. Coming in nice and tight. And it looks like he's taken that. So the question is, can he get up to 8:64 Steve Udy in the last lap and a half? But at the moment it's still Steve Udy from Paul Skelton from Andy Hoskin, and just 1 lap without it. And it looks like they can't. As they take the checkered flag, it's 8:64 from 12 and from 2:59. So a slightly slower race, that one, on 1 minute 23.07 seconds. And the result was first 8:64, second 12, and third 2:59. And we are back now to the 2:50 solos. And we've also got 3:12 Ian Dudley. So they're up against each other this time. It'd be interesting to see how they get on. We've also got our extra to the programme, number 6, Phil Ranson. Right, and it looks like our addition to the programme, number 6, Phil Ranson, has managed to go round the outside and is coming round for the first time in the lead, followed by 3:12 Ian Dudley, 28 Julian Collins. So our 2 winners from the previous races in a second and third there, and looking like they're going to have a little battle for second place, but at the moment it's Phil Ranson this time pulling out a little bit of a lead at the front there. And now coming up into fourth place, we've got 89, Luke Tuck, who is not far behind the first three. So, the last lap flag is being made ready. Number 6, Phil Ranson, has the inside line, but Julian Collins is trying everything he can around the outside, and he's still battling there at the outside. Phil Ranson's looking over the rim shoulder, and just realising it's not the inside he needs to worry about, it's the outside. But it might have been too late. As they come round, it could be another very tight finish here. Checkered flag goes out to 28. Followed by 6, and then 3-1-2. Lovely little race at the front there, and it's nice to see the riders giving each other a wave as they go in. So the time for that race was 1 minute 31 seconds, 0.42, and the result, if you didn't get it, was first 28, second 6, third 3-1-2, fourth 89, and fifth 69. And already our second group of 250s are coming out. We've got number 11 here already. He came second in the first heat, so he might be hoping for a victory this time. We've also got 82. I was just behind him in that heat, so we'll see whether he can get the better of him this time. We've got 10, Frank Yates. We're glad to see his bike's running now. And then 241 and 111. And it looks like number 11 just in the lead, Neil Copestake, as they go off from the line. Two other lines there. So holding on to the lead at the moment is number 11, Neil Copestake, from 82, Giles Dismore. Then 241, Jeff Urban. And down here, I maybe spoke to 2. Number 10, Frank Yates, pulling out, had trouble before the meeting. It looks like it may have come back. But the racing is going on, and it's still looking quite close for the first place. In the lead still, number 11, Neil Copestake, from 82, Giles Dismore. And 1, Jeff Urban, coming under some pressure now from 111, Carl Arthur. And remember, number 111, it's only his second meeting. But as the last lap flag goes out, number 11, still looking quite comfortable in the lead there, from 82, Giles Dismore. And it looks like there's likely to be no changes. 11 takes that from 82, from 241 and 111. 82 there, Giles Dismore, the current pre-75 250 champion. And as we said earlier, loves this chap. This track, he's third in this championship. Doing very well today. So the race time for that one was 1 minute 30.33, and the result: first number 11, second 82, third 241, and fourth 111. And we are now moving on to the 350s. So as they come out, we've got two riders who got second in the previous races. That's 68. Right, so I've got 68 Chris Mackett, who came second last time, and also 242 Steve Darville. But interestingly, we've got number 19 Dave Mears, who didn't finish in the last race. Be interesting to see whether he can put some pressure on our two second place riders last time. We've also got 27, Gerald Short. And of course 282 is a non-starter today, Mike Dowling. So they're coming up to the line, they're under starters' orders, and they're away. And this time, hopefully nothing will stop him. Number 19, Mills, on the lucky start. But there's a battle going on in second place. We've got 27, Gerald Short. And 68, Chris Mackett fighting for second. And bringing up the rear this time is 242, Steve Darville. But at the front, Dave Mears, benefiting extending his lead there. And looking very comfortable as he comes round under the finish line. And then it's 68, 27 and 10.42 at the back. So with 1 lap to go, 19 Dave Mears is hoping to pick up some points that he didn't manage on the first race. Then it's 68, Chris Mackett. They're not able to do anything about catching him up this time. And Dave Mears cruising in over the line. Followed by 68 Chris Mackett, 27 Gerald Short, and 242 Steve Darville. Right, so significantly quicker than the last race, more than 10 seconds so. That was 1 minute, 19 seconds, 0.75. And the results were first 19, second 68, third 27, and fourth 242. And we've got our second 350 race coming out. This could be an interesting one because we've got the winners from both of the races in the first round. We've got 886 Phil Rowlands, who is just making his way up here, and we should have, yep, or here already, 64 Chris Malone. So 2 winners from the previous races. See what they can do this time. Then I've also got number 11, Neil Copestake, who's telling us he doesn't like boarded tracks, but seems to be doing quite well here today. And 280, who is father to 282, who isn't in this race. And it looks like, just with a nose in front to begin with, is 64 Chris Malone. Behind him, 886 Phil Rowland, but going around the outside of all of them and coming round in the lead for the first lap is 26 Luke Harris. Luke, of course, won his last race, but was then excluded at the wrong race. So, lots of points to pick up, and it's ideally to get them. And number 11, Neil Copestake, hands gone up, pulled onto the centre, some sort of bike trouble, we assume. But back to the front, 26, Luke Harris, making no mistake about which race he's in this time, and leading the way. So into the last lap, 26, Luke Harris is from 64, Chris Malone, and 886, Phil Rowland. And coming round at the back, but still picking up for 280 Dowman. So in the lead from beginning to end, more or less, 26, Luke Harris, 64 Chris Malone looking over his shoulder, but 886 Phil Rowlands couldn't get up there to take second. And coming round to take the checkered flag is 280 Steve Dowling. Right, and that one was a little bit quicker than the previous one at 1 minute 18.56, and the result was first 26, second 64, third 886, and fourth 280. Right, so we're back to the 500s, the biggest of the solos today. The three winners from the previous races are all in the next heat, but in this one we've got number 8, Graham Brown, who had a second earlier on, so he's on the far outside of the starting line up here, so we'll have to go right round the outside if he's to get into the front on the first lap. And that's certainly what he's trying to do, and number 8, right round the outside, in for the lead on that first lap of the race. Battling going on further back the field, but he's looking fairly strong at the moment out there in the front. So, number 8, Graham Brown, from number 19, Dave Mears. Number 69, Sebastian Steffen. And certainly Graham Brown looking very comfortable out there as he comes round again. 19 Dave Mears doing what he can, but the gap seems to be widening. All the battle at the back, they've got 89 Luke Tuck, 67 Nick Norton coming around. Last lap for number 8, Graham Brown, making it look easy out here at the front. Dave Mears looking fairly secure in second place. Sebastian Steffen comfortably in third, but still a fight going on for that last place. So, checkered flag taken by number 8, Graham Brown, but the battle is really at the back of the field this time. We then have 19, Dave Mears, 69, Sebastian Steffen, and it could be quite close here, but it's 89, Luke Tuck, from 67, Nick Norton. Right, so an even quicker race that one, 1 minute 16.64. And if you're keeping your programmes up to date, here's the result. First number 8, second 19, third 69, fourth 89, and fifth 67. Now, this is the race where we could see some real battling for the first place. We have number 16, or we should have. Yep, he's coming out, Bob Dolman, who won his first heat. We have 282, Mike Dowling, who won his first heat. And we also have 22, Richard Andrews, who won his. And if you remember, Richard Andrews came second here last time, and talking to him this morning, he was determined that if possible, he wouldn't be coming second here again this year. And they're away cleanly. Into the lead first of all goes number 16, but going right around the outside at the moment, number 24, Richard Andrews. And as they come round for the first time, he's comfortably in the lead from 16 and then 282, followed by 7, Roche, and 152, Robinson. So we have our 3 previous race winners in the lead, although they are fairly spread out here. So 22, Richard Andrews, looking unstoppable today. And already coming around to start his final lap, really comfortably in the lead there from number 16, Bob Dolman, and 282, Mike Dowling. Then we move back 7 riders home, just finishing his last lap, 152 Chris Robinson, and finishing the race 22, just coasting in, Richard Andrews from 16 and 282, and a moment behind number 7 and 152. So even though number 22, Richard Andrews, cruised the last quarter of a lap there really, it was still a quicker time than the previous race on 1 minute 16 seconds .59. The result was first 22, second 16, third 282, fourth 7, and fifth 152. And now we move on to race 21, the third of our 500 solos. Right, so we have 4 bikes making their way up to the line. 66, Stephen Green on the inside, on the start. He was last year's winner, so he'll be at least one of the men to watch in this race. We've also got 171, 120, Dave Hammond, and 72, Phil Snook. They're under starters' orders and they're away. And as they go into that first bend, it is 66 but he's under an enormous amount of pressure there. So still in the lead as they come round, but from 120, Dave Hammond. And now beginning to pull away a little bit. And now it looks like the pressure is on to the second position, in fact. Last lap flag goes out for 66, looking very comfortable there. Behind him is 120, and then it's 171. Colin Harris and 72, Phil Ranson. And a nice comfortable win there for 66. From 120, Dave Hammond. Followed by 171, Colin Harris, and 72, Phil Snook. So, the times are just going down and down. That one was even quicker, at 1 minute, 15 seconds, 0.78. And the winner there was number 66, followed by, in second place, 120, in third, 171, and in fourth, 72. So we are back to the sidecars. First of all, the old and new ones. Okay, so the old and new sidecars are coming out. If you remember, this race that we've had previously today was taken by 69, Newton and Bushell, just ahead of 96, the 2 Fumarola brothers. Okay, I believe that the driver for the Fumarolas, they're the 3rd generation of racers. You may remember Nick Fumarola from a few years ago. Matt, his son is racing today, but these are his grandsons, Jake and Sam. Jake, I believe, is only 17. Sam, his dad thought was 23, but something around that. So, a very young crew out there. And they're away, and it looks like going into this time is 72, Courtney and Torres, followed by 69, Newton and Bushell. And at the moment, Courtney and Torres are in the lead for the 69, Newton and Bushell, and then the Fumarola brothers back there in 3rd, and then we've got 81, Nelson and Walker. No, none of the Wheelers this time, I'm afraid. So they're coming around, and it is looking like 69 are trying around the outside, and it looks like they've taken it. Just after the line, 69, Newton and Bushell have just managed to get past 72, Courtney and Torres, who are now under pressure from the Fumarola brothers. And as they come down again, it looks like Fumarolas are up to 2nd, and 72, Courtney and Torres have been pushed back to 3rd. So, still out in the lead, 69, looking reasonably comfortable there. but it's not far behind them. The Fumarola brothers pushing away, and they haven't been dropped yet. Courtney and Torres still there. So the time for that race was 1 minute 24 seconds 0.38, and the result was first 69, second 96, third 72, and fourth 81.
Come on, man.
So this is our second of the sidecar races in this round, race 23. You'll remember that 689 is not riding today. In their place is 333, and you'll probably remember that they got excluded from the last race for breaking the tapes at the start, so hopefully they'll have a bit of a smoother start this time. Number 12 just making their way up to the tapes. Number 12, they're trying out new carburettors today, so they're hoping that the bike will be running well. And a nice clean start this time. And it is number 12, Owen and Farwell in the lead. Obviously their carburettors are doing well, and then we've got 18 Stace and Ivy from 666 to Nary and Dugdale, a relatively new team. And they seem to be pushing. It looks like they may have got up into second. A lot of back and forth out there. But in the front, it's now 18 Stace and Ivy from 666 to Nary, 12 Owen and Farwell. And in fourth, 333, pushing there to get up into third. Right up as they come down to the last lap flag for that third place. But it's still 18 from 666, neck and neck there between 12 and 333. Still at the moment holding on to third place. So it's 18 from 666, from 12, from 333 and 187. It's 1 minute 24 seconds 0.21, and the result was first 18, second 666, third 12, fourth 333, and fifth 187. Okay, so I've got sidecars making their way out. This could be an interesting one. We should be having number 731, Diamond and Morris. You may remember that they had some trouble on the line last time and had to start from behind, and then had a bit of a slow start and still managed to make their way up through the tables a bit. We've also got 78 Hicks and Simmons, who won their race last time, and we've also got Fumarola and Williams on number 15, who won theirs last time. So 78 and 15 so far undefeated, and then we've also got 16 Heel and Broomfield, who came in second last time. So this should be a very, very demanding race, this one.
Yeah, that's a brand new engine.
So it looks like 731 is having trouble keeping that bike going, and they're going to start without him. And coming round on the outside, it looks like number 16, Heel and Broomfield, right on the outside of the start, came round the outside. I think they're ahead of 15, the Fumarolas, and then 13, Sturtridge and Truscott. And really there is nothing between these first three outfits at the moment. Particularly a battle going on with Stefan. So if they come round again, it's still 16, Heel and Broomfield, from 15, Fumarola and Williams, and 13, Sturtridge and Truscott. And it looks like Heel has gone a little wide up there, but not sufficiently to allow it. So with one lap to go, it's still 16, Heel and Broomfield, from 15, Fumarola and Williams, 13, Sturtridge and Truscott, 78, Hicks and Simmons, 76, getting a little bit knotted up, but it hasn't stopped them from taking the checkered flag for 15, 13, 78 and 76. Right, so the time for that one, 1 minute, 19 seconds, .45. And the result was first 16, second 15, third 13, fourth 78, and fifth 76. And into the first bend is 805 Wayne Udy, but he has been overtaken by 6.7 Steve Ranson. And number 12 Paul Skelton, who's now pushing for second place there. So beginning to get a bit of a comfortable lead, 217 Steve Hone, behind him Wayne Udy under pressure now from Paul Skelton, and the rest of this race is really for his turn to get second at the moment. But first is looking fairly comfortable, 217 Steve Hone, still from 805 Wayne Udy. But at the back, 12 Paul Skelton, too close. And with 1 lap to go, 217 Steve Hone, looking quite comfortable, but it is incredibly close as they come across the line here. The lap scorers make themselves ready in case it's going to be a very tight finish for second. First is fine, 217 Steve Hone, second 805, and third 12. Right, so the time for that one was 1 minute 34.45, and the result was first 217, second 805, and third number 12. And the organisation here today is brilliant. We've got the second lot of quads already making their way to the line. We have 259 Andy Hoskin, we have 864 Steve Udy, and we have 98 moved from the other heat, Jack Hodge. And they're all away smoothly, and it's into the first bend, goes 98 Jack Hodge. And so, 98, looking fairly comfortable in the lead, Jack Hodge, from 259 Andy Hoskin, and at the back, Steve Udy. But pushing there in third. Places for this Last lap flag being made ready for 98, Jack Hodge. 259, Andy Hoskin. Still holding. And the race goes to 98. And it is going to be quite close here, but 259 just took it from 864. Right, so a quick little race that one, quicker than the previous one. 1 minute 29.01. And the result, if you didn't get it, was first 98, second 259, third 864. And we're back on two wheels again. This is the 250. We've got 89 Luke Tuck here. We've got 28 Julian Collins at the moment leading this class. Had 2 wins. We've got 241 Jeff Urban and 82 Giles Dismore. And it looks like those are the only 4 we've got. Frank Yates, number 10, had bike trouble earlier. So it looks like 82 start there, Giles Dismore. Half twice on that far side, although he's battling back to second. And in the lead is 89 Luke Tuck. And as they come round, it's now 28 Julian Collins leading this class are back in the lead here, followed by 89 Luke Tuck and 82 Giles Dismore. And at that, 241 Jeff Urban. So a lot of passing in the first lap or so. But now with 1 lap to go, it looks like they are looking a bit more settled in their places. So we've got Julian Collins from Luke Tuck, in third Giles Dismore, and then Jeff Urban. And they come across the line. It's 28 from 89, from 82, and 241. Right, so the time for that one a little bit slower, 1 minute 37.57. And the finishing order was first 28, second 89, third 82, and fourth 241. So already we've got the next lot of 250s coming out. So it looks like we have 5 riders making their way and now under starters orders. And left on the line is 312, Ian Dudley. So we have lost 312, but we now have number 11, Neil Cokestake, from number 6, Phil Ranson, followed by 111 Carl Arthur and 69 Chris White. So number 11 Neil Cokestake, and the fact that he doesn't on board the track, doing very well out there. And number 6 Phil Ranson behind him, in addition to our programme, looking comfortable there in second. Carl Arthur just his second meeting, doing very well. line at the back. So the last lap flag is ready and there is a battle on for first place. Number 11 is still there, but number 6, Phil Ranson, is pushing him. He's trying to go around the outside and he's not quite got the now at the back, and he's got him again. It'll be interesting to see if he can hold it as they come round. The checker flag's being made ready. This could be a very, very tight finish. Number 11 has that inside line, but 6 is there. And I would say that number 6, Phil Ranson, just took that from number 11, Neil Coatstate, but we will wait to make sure that the lap scorers agree. Right, so the time for that one was 1 minute, 33 seconds, .22. And the finishing order was first number 6, second number 11, third number 111, and fourth 69. And already we have the 350s on their way out. Right, so it looks like at the moment we have 3 riders, but the pit gates are being held open, so there may be another one to come. At the moment we've got 26, Luke Harris, excluded from his first race, won the second, should do good things in this one. We have 68, Chris Mackett, and we have 27, Gerald Short. And it looks like we've got coming out number 280, Steve Dowling. Looking at his bike though, hopefully he can get it going. And yep, he's on his way round. So if you're looking at your programme, we've got no 184 and no 11 in this. Hang on, they've got a bit of a problem, someone a little too far forward. Starters getting them all into position. And they're away. And there's a bit of a tussle on that first bend. The red flag is out. So we think that's number 280, Steve Dowling, that has fallen. Yep, the others have all come round. He's up on his feet, bike's up. There was certainly a little bit of a pinch point there, a couple of first bend bunching, and so if they are wanting to, they can all come back and try again. So we're just waiting for 26, Luke Harris, to come round. And he was definitely the quickest off the start on the first attempt at that race, so we'll see whether he's able to manage that again. And this time they're away smoothly. Certainly 26 has got that front position. The battle is going on for second. And as they come round, 26 in the lead from 68, Chris Mackett, and bringing up the rear at the moment, 27, Gerald Short. So all looking pretty secure in their positions. 26, Luke Harris, making up for those missed points in the first race. And with just one lap to go, it's 26, Luke Harris. From 68, Chris Mackett. And 27, Gerald Short. And it looks likely that they will stay in that position as the second flag is made ready. So it is 26 from 68 and cruising in now, 27, Gerald Short. Right, so the time for that one was 1 minute, 24 seconds, 0.57. And the winner was first 26, second 68, and third 27. Right, so we've got our second 350 now. And possibly the man to watch here is number 19, Dave Mears. But we also have 242, Steve Darville. We have 886, Phil Rowlands. And we have 64, Chris Malone. No 282, Mike Dowling. And they're away. Number 19 got a slightly awkward start there, but he kept it under control. And he's now battling around the first position. And he's now looking quite confident there. Number 19, Dave Mears from 64, Chris Malone, but the battle is really going on the back between Phil Rowland and Steve Darville. Battle is there for third place. Over the line. Left ahead, still close as they go round the far side. But at the front, looking very happy there, number 19, Dave Mears. 64, looking over his shoulder, Chris Malone. And now, 886, Phil Rowland's got a little bit of a lead. And with 1 lap to go, Dave Mears looking comfortable there, followed by Chris Malone, Phil Rowland, and Darville. And there's a little bit of a battle coming up here for second. 64, Chris Malone, no, holds it from 886, Phil Rowlands. And 242, Steve Darville, just come in at the rear. So a very similar time to last time, 1 minute, 24.42. And the results, first 19, second 64, third 886, and fourth 242. And now we are back with the 500s. So we've got quite a few strong competitors in this one. In particular, you might want to look out for number 16, Bob Dolman. Dolman, it's misspelt in the programme, but Dolman. And also 66, Stephen Green. We also have 120, Dave Hammond. We have 69, Sebastian Steffen. And the man out of the gates first there was number 16, Bob Dolman. Going around the outside, number 66, and as they come round for the first lap, they're going to be incredibly close, but it is 66 from 16, followed by 282, Mike Dowling, 120. There's a battle at the front. Okay. So, battle still going at the front between 66 and 16. 282 and 120. Coming around at the back, we've got 69 Sebastian Steffen, who was quite wide on the last lap. Forced to slow down. But the last lap flag goes out for 16. 66, 16. And the second flag, 66, Stephen Green takes it from 16, Rob Dolman. Coming around to third, we have 282, then 120, and despite his little bit of an issue in the second lap, we also have 69 coming in at the back. Right, the time for that one was 1 minute, 15 seconds, .97. And the results are as follows. First, 66. Second, 16. Third, 282. Fourth, 120. And fifth, 69. We have 22. Richard Andrews just making his way out. Determined not to come second today. We have 171, Colin Harris. We've also got 89, Luke Tuck. We've got 8, Graham Brown, who's been going very well today as well. And we have 64, Chris Malone. So, possibly the men to watch here are 22, Richard Andrews, and 8, Graham Brown. They're all getting themselves into their position, starters getting them ready. And they're away nice and cleanly. Up on the inside goes 22, Richard Andrews, but right behind him. But Richard Andrews is looking absolutely confident out there in the front today. Back in third, we've got 64, Chris Malone, and then 179, Luke Tuck. 22, Richard Andrews, making it look easy out there. Number 8, Graham Brown, doing everything he can, but can't stop him running away from it. Bit of a battle there, going on for third place. Chris Malone put under some pressure now. But 22, Richard Andrews just cruising as he goes into his last lap. Needs to be careful because number 8, Graham Brown is in front. Chris Malone being taken around the outside as he possibly can by 171, Colin Harris, and it looks like Harris might have got it, and 64 has gone down. He's picking himself up though. If he can get himself round, he will pick up some points, but that was because he was under such pressure from 171, Colin Harris. So hopefully 64, Chris Malone will make his way round to pick up the points for the last place. And nice to see Chris Malone come in clearly in one piece. So again, 22 was perhaps not pushing himself as hard as he could out there, but the winning time was 1 minute, 19 seconds, .77. And the result was first 22, second 8, third 171, fourth 89, and fifth 64.